what would you say if I told you our market is shifting from a seller's market back to a buyer's market in a lot of the price points? Stick around and I'll show you what I mean. So our market is changing, and change is the only constant. Now what I see here, and I've been hearing from a lot of top producers, that our market is changing. They're feeling it. They're seeing buyers take longer, pick properties apart more, and sellers getting frustrated because their properties aren't selling as quickly as they thought they might. So let's step back and review what we know to be true, industry standard speaking, of our different markets. First, we're going to talk about the tale of two markets. We always know there's a buyer and a seller market. A buyer's market is when we have 7+ months worth of inventory. So anytime there's more than 7 months worth of inventory on the market, it's considered a buyer's market. Now, a balanced market obviously is just that. It's a balanced market. It's in the middle. Between 5 and 7 months worth of inventory indicate a balanced market. And so as a result, the seller's market is anytime there's less than 5 months worth of inventory on the market. So after hearing this from a number of the top agents in the MLS that I coach with, I started doing the research. I dove into the numbers, and you're going to be amazed at what I found. All of the data I'm about to show you comes straight from the MLS. You can double check it yourself. But there is a trend, and the numbers don't lie, okay? So what you're going to see here is I looked at all of our different price points, and I evaluated how many of those price points were in a buyer's, balanced, or seller's market based on months worth of inventory available in those price ranges. I put those on this graph because I wanted to see a trend line, and boy did these numbers start speaking very clearly. A buyer's market has been trending upwards, meaning we've been shifting more and more of our price ranges into a buyer's market since January. Balanced market has been fairly flat, not a whole lot of change either way, but the number of price points in a seller's market, mind you, has consistently been going down since the beginning of the year. So what you might have noticed towards the beginning of this year, likely between February and May, was that the market was nuts. We were seeing multiple offers, escalation clauses. We were getting a taste of back to what it was like in 2005-06, right? It was a good, crazy, busy market. And the reason for that is we had very low supply. And as a result, we had the same amount of demand, and we had an incredible seller's market in most price points. Now, as time has marched on, guess what we've been finding as we did the research? That's right, sellers' markets has been shifting away. They're going goodbye because more inventory is coming on the market, and as a result, more of our price ranges are now in a buyer's market. So the next question we had to ask ourselves is, at what price point is the tipping point? Meaning, at what price point and above does it switch from being a seller's market to being a buyer's market? So we looked into that, we looked at the data from the MLS, and we found that early in the year it was between $350,000 and $375,000, meaning anything at $350,000 to $375,000 and above is where it switched from being a seller's market to a buyer's market. Anything above that price point became a buyer's market. Now look what's happened as the year's gone on. That number has continued to get lower, meaning more markets are now in a buyer's market. As of August, that number was $250,000. Now anything above $250,000 in the greater Coeur d'Alene area in August, by month's inventory, was now in a buyer's market. So we wanted to look into what was causing that, and so naturally we looked at inventory, and we found our culprit. You can see in January we had 4,827 listings, all listings types, available on the MLS. That number has continued to climb to 6,877 as of the week in August we put this report together. What does that mean? It means that, as usual, sellers are coming into this late to the game. They sat back, they watched the market, they saw that it was a good time to sell, they're just now getting their homes on the market, and guess what? They've missed it. And as a result of all this inventory, we're shifting more into a buyer's market and more price points. Now we also want to look at pricing, because we have to have these conversations with our sellers. What is pricing doing? Here's the good news for sellers. Pricing has gone up and it's held. Even though inventory levels have risen, pricing has remained somewhat unchanged. You can see the median home prices remain right around the $180,000 mark. That's good for a lot of sellers because that means equity's back. And sales volume has been up every single month so far this year. So the question now is, what does this mean? It means we have to switch from our plan A to our plan B. It means that we have to be nimble and know the market so that we can have the conversations with our clients. So I hope this information helps. I hope you take this information back to your clients, help them understand that they are no longer in the driver's seat in most price points. We have to help them understand that the market has changed. And if they need to sell now, they have to know what the market's doing. If you have any questions on any of this material, or if I can be of any help to you in helping you implement this into your marketing presentation and your conversations with your clients, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Call me at my cell phone, 660-7204, or visit benfairfield.com and reach out to me that way as well. I look forward to talking to all of you soon. Make it a great last part of the year.